Assalamu alaikum. In today's lesson, we're going to study how to generalize using adjectives, how to talk about a group of people using adjectives, and also we're going to talk about adjective order. I'm going to explain everything in the following part, so let's continue watching. Okay, take a look at these three sentences. Which of them are grammatically correct? Maybe one or two, or maybe all of them. Take some time to read them, and then I want to know your opinion about them. Okay. Now, the first one, the old have a harder life than the young. This is correct. When you're talking about a group of people, you can use the plus the adjective. That's it. The old, the young. That's it. And it means you're talking about all the old in the society. You're not talking about one old person. You're talking about all of them in the society. Okay. Now, this one, the old people have a harder life than the young people. That's incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Because again, if you're talking about a group of people, you're talking about a whole class of people, you have two ways. Either use the plus the adjective or use the adjective plus the word people. That's it, without the. Without the. Old people have a harder life than young people. But if you use the and people at the same time, that means you're not generalizing, you're not talking about a group of people, you're talking about a specific group, not the whole people in the society. What do I mean by that? I'll explain to you. Like when I say, for example, the old people in my family have a hard life. So I'm talking about my family only. I'm not talking about all old people in the society. So one more time, if you're generalizing, there are two ways. You can use the plus the adjective, or you can use the adjective plus the word people. That's it. But do not use the plus the adjective plus the word people. That's wrong. Now, if you can do the same thing when it comes to nationalities of people. Like, for example, when you say the English are famous for drinking tea, you're not talking about one English person, you're talking about all English people. All of them are famous for drinking tea. So you use the word the plus the nationality, and it means you're talking about all people who belong to this country. Another example, the Chinese invented paper. Chinese people invented paper. I'm talking about like all of them or some of them. I don't care which one of them did that. The Dutch, that means the people from Holland. Dutch means from Holland, not from Germany, from Holland. The Dutch make wonderful cheese. I'm not talking about one Dutch person. I'm talking about the society itself, the country itself. This can be done with other nationalities. If you want to talk about the people who come from Switzerland, you say the Swiss, France, the French, Spain, the Spanish, Japan, the Japanese, Ireland, the Irish, Britain, the British. But you can't do this with all nationalities. No, many other nationalities are nouns. And if you refer to the people from these countries, you will add s to the word. So if you're talking about the people who come from Brazil, you will not say the Brazilian, you will say the Brazilians, you add s. So we can do it with every country. No, Turkey, you will say the Turks, you add s. Argentina, Argentinians, you add s. Egypt, the Egyptians, you're not gonna say the Egyptian, nope. Sweden, the Swedes, you add s. Okay. We can do the same with other groups of people in the society. The poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. I'm talking about all poor people in a society, all rich people. The government needs to create more jobs for the unemployed, for all unemployed people in the society. You do the same thing with any adjective, the young, the old, the blind, all the blind people, the deaf, the homeless, the dead. Okay. Now we're going to talk about something different. It's adjective order. Okay, what's the problem with the adjective order? If you have one adjective before the noun, then you don't have any problems. She's a tall woman, no problems. But what if you have two or three adjectives or more than that? Then you do have a problem. you need to put these adjectives in a certain order. For example, we say, she's a tall, blonde Canadian woman. We have three adjectives, tall and blonde and Canadian. But you cannot say she's a blonde, tall Canadian woman. You cannot say this. This is wrong. She's a tall Canadian blonde woman. That's wrong. Why? I'll explain to you. Now, if you're trying to rearrange the adjectives before a noun, you have to follow a certain order. What is that order? Please remember this word, this acronym, UP-SHA-KUM. So you need to remember this acronym, UP-SHA-KUM. UP for opinion, sh for shape, A for age, K for color, O for origin, and M for material. So it goes like this. Opinion, shape, age, color, origin, material. UP-SHA-KUM. Opinion like what? Like expensive, beautiful, difficult. So this comes first. And then shape, long, short, round, huge, small. And then age, you, young, old. And then color, black, purple, yellow, dark, bright, anything like that. Origin, French, Japanese, Egyptian. Material, silk, cotton, wood. So this is the order. UP-SHA-KUM. Opinion, shape, age, color, origin, material. Let's practice. Now, all you have to do is to rewrite the underlined phrase using the plus an adjective. Like this example. People from Vietnam enjoy spicy food. So you will say, the Vietnamese enjoy spicy food. Do the same thing, please, in all the sentences from 1 to 5. Pause the screen so you can have more time to think, and then I'm going to show you the answers in a few seconds. Okay, let's look at the answers. People from the Netherlands, the Dutch. I told you. The Netherlands is Holland. That's another name for Holland. So we will say the Dutch tend to be good at languages. Clara Barton took care of the people who are not well. You can say the sick, the wounded, anything like that, during the American Civil War. The system of reading for people who cannot see, the system of reading for the blind is called Braille. People from China, the Chinese, have a fascinating history. Ambulances arrived to take the people who had been injured, the injured, to the hospital, the injured right away. Let's do the same exercise one more time. Do the same thing. People from Switzerland, people without a home, people without a job, people who died, people who cannot hear. Take your time. Okay. Now let's check the answers. You can pause the screen if you need more time. People from Switzerland, the Swiss, are usually very punctual. The worst season for people without a home, the homeless. People without a job, the unemployed. People who died, the dead. People who can't hear, the deaf, and so on. Okay. Now let's practice the adjective order. All you gotta do is to put these adjectives in the right places before the nouns. For example, here in number 1, we have young and attractive. What do we say? Do we say a young, attractive man or an attractive young man? What do we do? Remember, UP-SHA-KUM, opinion, shape, age, color, origin, material. Do the same thing for all the adjectives from 1 to 5, and then I'm gonna show you the answers. Okay, let's take a look at the answers. And if you need more time, you can pause the screen, of course. Okay. An attractive young man. Why? Because we say attractive, that's an opinion, and then young, that's age, and we said opinion and then age. Dirty old shoes. So dirty, that's an opinion, and then age. A beautiful black velvet jacket, beautiful, opinion, and then color, and then material, opinion, age, color, origin, material. A beautiful, short American woman, opinion, and then shape, and then origin. A long sandy beach, shape and material. Sandy is from sand, so that's the material. So the shape comes before the material. Okay, let's do the same thing in these sentences from 6 to 10. Okay. Pause the screen if you need more time. I am going to show you the answers now. A charming old log cabin. Okay, so that's an opinion, charming, and then age, and that's the material. A stylish Italian leather bag, opinion, and origin and material. Origin comes before material. Obshakum, origin and the material. Huge dark eyes, that's shape, and that's color. Friendly old black dog, that's opinion, and that's age, and that's color. A striped cotton t-shirt, that's shape, and that's material. That's it. I hope today's lesson was easy and useful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.